Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. So it's been a few days now. I think it's been like 5 or 6 days since I've been on. I apologize. I am feeling better. Pretty much over my sickness, so that is good. And I wanted to get right back to this. So going on with the Easter event coming up, I'm going to go over several weapons. So if you guys haven't seen my last video, go check that out. I go over some of the items that you can get from the previous Easter event, and I would imagine that this upcoming year will be very similar. So in the past, you were able to kind of get items that you missed previously. So this specific episode will be covering 3 weapons. We're going to be going over the Exterminator. It is a melee weapon. We're going to be going over the Prowler. It is a pistol. And we're going to be going over the hair Razer. So with these 3 weapons, the Exterminator, the reason I picked these 3 weapons is each of them have their strengths. So the Exterminator is an amazing melee weapon. It can pretty much one-shot most zombies. It does 650 damage per hit with crit, and that's without any damage boost. So you're going to see that in action. You have the Prowler, which is a silenced pistol. It does have PvE armor penetration, and it reduces noise. And again, 263 damage per hit. Or I'm sorry, 225 damage per hit. But pretty good pistol, and you're going to see me use this. And then the hair Razer, which is a really old weapon. 20% PvE armor penetration. 373 DPS at 124 reloading, 200 damage per hit. And it is a heavy machine gun, very similar to the miniguns. So I want to show that off. And what better place to do that than the Southeast Zone? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run all the way down here. I figured the Southeast Zone is where I would use these weapons at, so that's where I'm going to showcase them. And then what you're going to see is here in about 5 seconds, I'm going to resume, and I will be in the bunker. So without further ado, all right, and just like that, we are back, guys. So I just got down to the Southeast Zone. I got in the bunker. I was in multiplayer mode and someone barricaded, so a good spot to get set up here. We're going to go ahead and put on our $100 million setup. If you guys haven't watched that video, check out our implant setup. It's a guide to get you implants up to level 220, I believe it was. But at $100 million bucks, and you can get all the implants you need. So anyway, we're going to jump into this. So we're going to be checking out the Prowler and the Exterminator. And then we're going to go into the machine gun last. So again, the Prowler, and then we're going to be checking out the melee Exterminator. And we're in the Southeast Zone, and we're going to see how they hold up. And I'm going to go into single player mode, just so we don't have any delays. Alright, go ahead and unbarricade this. I should have changed my backpack. That's alright. Alright, so we'll go out, we'll come back in. And we are going to be running this with a 14% damage boost, guys. So very little damage boost. And you can see it's already kind of just begun. Alright, and we'll just do some basic looting. Just like if we were down here, you know, playing like normal, this is what it would be like. So, doing 258 damage a hit. So, and you know, these guys down here in the Southeast Zone, one thing you got to keep in mind is they do have armor. So a typical weapon wouldn't be, you know, I would say, you know, as good. Not that this is doing amazing or anything, but it's definitely not doing bad, especially for having no damage boost. 14%, guys, that's really not a whole lot. So if you're able to come down here and loot with a 14% damage boost, I'd say you're doing okay. The gun is very quiet, if you can't tell. I'm not causing any aggro, really. And again, this is the Prowler, P225. And I believe you had to get parts and things like that out of Easter eggs to craft it. And we can look at that when we're done. But I believe it is a craftable weapon that you get from the Easter eggs. So, you know, obviously, you can see how it's going, right? I mean, I'm able to loot down here. You know, at the Second Home Bunker, you're going to be one-shotting most zombies. But down here, the zombies do have a lot more health. But the thing with this is it is quiet. It is able to penetrate the armor. And, you know, obviously, I'm down here looting, right? So, you are able to loot the Southeast Zone with this. Now, am I going to say it's quick and easy? Probably not, right? So I would say, you know, a mag storm, that's quick and easy. This is not quick and easy. But again, with craftable weapons, especially like Easter event or any event for that matter, the price is right. So typically they're like $2 million, $5 million to craft. Whereas when you're buying like a mag storm, you're spending 600 million, 500 million, 400 million. So the price is right. And the performance, you know, I'm not going to say it's good, but I'm not going to say it's bad. You know, I'm confident that I can come down here and loot, which I think is fair enough. This is one of the hardest, if not the hardest area in the game. And again, I don't have very much boost, guys, so you know, don't take that out of account. And I am sorry that, again, I haven't made a lot of videos the last couple days. But we're back at it, guys. So, and for the clan, you know, if that's something you guys are interested in, we do have, you know, almost full up, actually. I think we have like 38 members out of like 42. So not a whole lot of spots left. You know, I'm going to say we're active, but not real active. It's kind of a chill clan. You know, I don't really have, you know, minimum requirements or anything like that. We're just kind of all just playing when we can, and it is what it is. So, you know, let me know if that's something you're interested in. And we're almost done with this level. In the next floor, what we'll do is we will switch it up and we will try out the Exterminator, the melee weapon. And I have used that one. Actually, I was one of my main weapons for a long time. You know, it's actually very hard to beat. And there are a few other weapons we're going to make videos on. Just to recall a couple of them off the top of my head. We know we have a couple implants, like the Scavenger implant, the Cat's Eye implant. We have the Amber assault rifle to review, the XR1, Exploder, Hair Trigger. There's a lot of Easter items. Again, I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of them as far as unlocking them, but I would think most of them will be doable. Alright, so now we're on the second floor. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the Exterminator melee, and I'm going to show you why this weapon is so good. Now, again, I have 100% strength, so I do have a big melee boost. I have what? I have the, what is that? 14% damage boost, but I also have a 26, so I have 40% melee boost in total, damage boost with my melee. But it does 650 damage even without any boost. So that was that enemy I just killed right there with all the arms. That has the most health out of any of the enemies down here, and I two-shotted it. So just, I mean, look at this. 906 damage a hit. Now, I'm not a huge fan of melee. I like it. But I am I'm more of a rifle guy. I like my rifles or my pistols. You can already see the difference between this and the pistol. I mean, I'm one-shotting the zombies down here, but you can tell it's a little bit more chaotic, right? So you just got to pick your poison. You know what I mean? You know, do you want to use the pistol and shoot them 4 or 5 times? Do you want to use melee and just shoot them one time or hit them one time? It's kind of a decision you have to make for your play style. Again, that's why I like rifles. Rifles are more of a one-shot, one-kill, where pistols are more of a quick shooting compared to the rifles. But we all have our preference. And the last weapon we'll try out once we get done with this is going to be the hair razor. Actually, you know what? I want that claw hammer. Turning that into metal scrap for the clan. And I do expect the hair razor to be decent, but I'm not going to say that it's going to be the best for the Southeast zone. I think it'll struggle. I really do. It may not, but I think it's going to struggle down here because we've seen from all my reviews, shotguns, machine guns, it's very hard to find a weapon that performs down here against hordes of enemies. Ooh, close. See, this is why... Oh, just like that. That's why I don't like using melee, especially down here. Because it's so easy to be hit. I mean, look, I'm already broken and serious. Let's go ahead and change our armors. See if I can't loot some meds. I'm going to switch back to the pistol just because it's more comfortable for me and I like the distance. Okay, we got some meds there. Do you see the difference though? The Prowler is quiet. It's a very good pistol, guys. You know, I really do like the Prowler. You know, could it be a little stronger? Absolutely. But if you get the right damage buffs, you're going to be just fine. Got some more meds. And we'll switch to the hair razor down here on the next floor. Alright, I feel a little more comfortable now. Alright, so let's check out the hair razor. This is going to be a little crazy. Again, this is just one zombie, and look how long that took to kill. You know, it does shoot really fast. It has decent knockback. But this is more in lines with a heavy machine gun, because that's what it is, but like a minigun, I would say. I mean, it's killing them. Obviously, you guys can see this, right? It's got decent knockback. But, you know, you're not mowing through them like you do with a Cryostorm or anything of that nature. You know, up at the south or up at the Synchronon bunker, you know, you're just gonna absolutely shred things. You know, even probably the Raven Ridge area, but down here in the Southeast zone, when enemies have armor and things like that, it takes so much more to kill them. It's actually not doing very bad though. I mean, I think it's doing all right. You know, if the horde came after me, I'd probably run. But I could control some aggro with this. But these are definitely some items I'd be looking at. And again, to your playstyle, you guys have to kind of mix and match and see which ones, you know, you're interested in. And what I recommend, guys, is pick a couple items that you want from the event. Here comes a horde. See, this is where I don't feel comfortable with this. But if we die, it's okay. We already, you know, seen what we wanted to see. but I'm going to go up here. But pick a couple items that you want and go for those rather than trying to get every item at once. You might be better off because there's going to be, like I said, there's a ton of items, guys, and it's not easy to get them. See if we can't get up here to the hospital without dying. It's going to be difficult. You see how we're trying to control this horde? And it just does not have the knockback or the damage to keep them at bay. But again, it's a very cheap item, guys. You know, actually we need to go to the right. It's a very cheap item. It is a good machine gun. It's just not what you would want if you were going to be here and try to control a horde. That's not what this machine gun's for. I passed the hospital. It's right here. That was the boss up there. We just left. So let's get in the hospital. And I want to... Let me clear this out a little bit. And I want to go over one more thing before we end this video. Oh, come on. Alright. Alright, guys. So, looking over these weapons again. The Exterminator, very good. One shot, one hit, one kill. It is a very, very good melee weapon. But again, you guys seen why I don't like it. I prefer ranged weapons. But it can hit 3 enemies at once. It has enhanced radius. It has some knockback. 50% chance to stun, which is huge. It cost $1 million to craft. And very high crit chance. So, something to think about. The Prowler. It does take parts and things like that. $2 million to craft. And it has very high crit chance, high accuracy, slow attack speed, very fast reload speed. And then last was the Razer. It is very low critical chance, low accuracy, but effing fast attack speed, and 20% armor penetration. So, and to get it is $1 million to craft. And there's the stuff you need. But again, check the wiki for that stuff, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you want to see or you're going to go after any of these items. In our next video, we'll cover a couple more items. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And join our Discord. It's 100% free. Doesn't cost you guys a dime. And until next time, stay safe out there. Peace.